Μπε.
Άφησε να διαβάσει.
Ω, διαβάζω
Μπε. Θέλεις να διαβάσει, πάρε και ένα λεξικό.
Come on, μπε.
Κι άμα...
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are avid viewers, you'll notice that we're starting off in a unique location today. We're on a boat in the Aegean Sea.
Yeah, and speaking of unusual, we are also doing something that's not typical for the channel, which is we're going to a return country. Thus far, we don't really go back to countries that we've been to. Mainly, we're trying to see a lot of areas in a short little time span. But Greece is near and dear to our heart, and we felt like we had to go back and see a new part of it. So we are visiting
Thessaloniki.
Thessaloniki.
Well, I'm slowly helping her out.
I can't say it, but so far it's been absolutely beautiful, and we decided, why don't we go ahead and start things off strong with a little boat cruise. We got in last night and it was quite a late flight, landing about 11 o'clock or so. The flight was delayed about an hour and a half, which is not what you want, but honestly, with the huge heat wave that's hitting England right now and everybody trying to travel and really just get the heck out of there and find some cold weather, we were just glad to make the flight in the first place. We are staring at an Airbnb kind of place. It's like a resort via Marriott, and honestly, it's not my favorite thing we've ever stayed in before. We were hoping that it would be a little bit nicer. The photo showed it would be nicer, but it's a bed, it's technically a shower, so it's a place to be. Anyway, we got lots in store for this trip. We're kind of doing a bridge of relaxation, taking it slow, and doing lots of other stuff as well. So we will see how it goes.
Today is going to be the adventure day where we're starting off strong on the boat. Gonna be cruising around for about 6 hours, I think is what is in store, but it's only us, so it could go a little bit longer, but he's laid out a nice itinerary for us. For now, we're gonna be sailing, kind of cruising, enjoying the Aegean Sea with Mount Olympus in the background, which is pretty cool. Eventually, we're going to be visiting a sandbank and the shipwrecked beach. We'll probably get the opportunity to swim and enjoy the nice cool water. And he said later, probably on the return, we'll enjoy some traditional Greek food, which is gonna be some salad and some stuff he's prepared, as well as some wine. He also has a surprise in store for us. We'll see what that means, but we'll update you from time to time. And for right now, we're just gonna be enjoying the blue sea. Gonna go jump in the water. The water's super blue and it's so beautiful. Nice breeze, just sailing along. It's a mix between motor and a full-blown sail. I'm so glad we booked this last minute. I'm gonna try and talk Alaytra into going into the water. That's probably gonna be after lunch, which I think they're gonna start preparing soon.
Lunch was so freaking good. We had like chicken skewers, fresh grilled vegetables, and tzatziki sauce that the captain said that his mom made. Oh my gosh, could not get more authentic, more lovely. We are here for it. And as you might be able to tell from my hair, Jordan convinced me to jump into the water. Didn't think I was gonna do it. Water's kind of my thing. I prefer heights. But yeah, he was asking me to, and it's hard to say no to that face. So he got me to go in. Once the captain pulled out a swing, which ended up being the big surprise that we were in store for. Although I will admit that when somebody says, when you're in the middle of the water, like, I've got a surprise for you after lunch, it's sounds super sinister, but it was so much fun. I am so glad that we booked this little excursion. I mean, it was like 6 hours. We've got some sun, some good food, some swimming, and the swimming was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Jordan had an absolute blast. The captain had some snorkel gear for him to put on, which was all up in his alley. Jordan got to get a close look at some jellyfish and some hermit crabs and schools of fish and just the whole ordeal. He found some seashells that we're gonna take home, and then we made it over to the sandbank. The beach was pretty decent, a little rocky, but there were sandy spots there. It's not as bad as I would have expected, and I am glad that he talked me into getting into the water because we did have a really good time swimming around and stuff. So we have finished up now. We are gonna go back to the hotel, freshen up a bit, and we might pop over to dinner later today. Good morning, everybody. We are kicking things off with a little bit of lunch today. This place was recommended to us not once, but twice. When we first got in, our cab driver from the airport said that we should stop in at this place. And then also our Greek friend that we met while we were in the Czech Republic recommended this place too. The menu looks amazing and the food's already starting to come out and it looks fantastic. So I can't wait to dive in.
So lunch was really good. We ended up ordering a lot of different dishes, but we probably shouldn't have. We thought they were going to be tapas, very small dishes. That was not the case. They were much larger than what we thought. And we made a joke to the guy saying, hey, we thought these were going to be small. And he laughed because he just said those were small plates. But all in all, it was really good. And the restaurant was nice enough to give dessert on the house. So wanted to do some walking after eating and just walked along the boardwalk here to eventually where you'll reach the White Castle of Thessaloniki. Is kind of the iconic tower for the city. It's currently a tourist location as well as museum, but back when it was originally built, it was built for prisoners and was called the Red Tower, where executions would happen. So now we're gonna go inside, and if you look over there, you can go towards the top. So we'll be able to look out over the city and get some good views. Now comes time to climb to the very top of the tower. Cost about €6 a person, not too bad. And you have the option of getting an audio guide, but they require that you leave an ID. We decided to opt out of the audio guide and just kind of experience it for ourselves.
Oh, we have made it to the top of the White Tower. Like Jordan said, we decided not to leave our passports there, but honestly, I don't know how much would have been that interesting to read. I'm sure there's lots of rich history there, but I feel like it's a lot about murder, and I'm not really in a murder kind of mood, if you know what I mean. So we're up at the top looking at the beautiful views, get to see the pirate ships from all around and just the city landscape. I kind of didn't realize how big it is. Like, it just stretches over the hills for a long ways. It's so pretty. Just enjoying a little bit of shade right now. A little light breeze coming through. It's like pushing 100, so a bit toasty. But what we think we're gonna do is just kind of walk along the boardwalk, and we heard that there's some gardens nearby. Kind of would be fun to check out, so we might go see that. And then I'm not really sure where life's gonna bring us. People are doing a little cool off in the Aphrodite fountain, and let me tell you, it looks like a good time right about now.
Just down the boardwalk from the White Tower of Thessaloniki is the statue of Alexander the Great. A little bit of history here. There's some shields and some long spears next to the statue. It kind of comes in play as for where the phalanx was invented, as well as the sarissa, which is the very, very long spear, as is in the phalanx. Everybody would be heavily armored, locked together, and they would use the extremely long poles to an advantage. So pretty cool that there's that little tribute here. This is the Arch of Galerius, which is a famous monument dedicating the victory over the Persian Empire from Galerius. It's still standing. It's built in 303 CE. Pretty amazing.
Right next to the arch is the rotunda. It was built in 306 AD, and it is 24.5 meters in diameter, and the walls are 6 meters thick, which is why it's been able to withstand all of the earthquakes in Thessaloniki's history. It has had a lot of uses over the years, but primarily it's been a place of worship, and it is currently the oldest church in Thessaloniki. This beautiful walkway over here is gonna lead us over to the rotunda. We're gonna get some views of it, probably pop over, get some delicious gelato or some type of frozen treat somewhere because we are sweating to death, and that's probably gonna be it for us today. And we'll catch up with you guys bright and early in the morning where we have something super exciting planned.
Good morning, everybody. Today we have an activity that's going to take us to the countryside of Greece. It's also going to be the only activity for today, as we have a flight flying out later today. So it's going to be a quick little excursion. We're going to do lunch there and show you some pretty exciting little things. Our tour guide is supposed to meet us about 7:15, where we'll hop in his car and then hit the road.
So we just stopped. We met our tour guide. He picked us up. And he ran inside real quick to grab some ingredients for lunch, but he was saying that it's going to be a little bit of a drive out there to the farm. And he was also saying that about 10 o'clock, because it gets so hot during the summer, that eventually the animals will have to go up the mountain to kind of cool off. So which means we'll get to hang out with some animals for a little bit.
Πάρ' το και στην αγκαλιά σου, μη φοβάσαι. Πάρ' το στην αγκαλιά σου.
You look so awkward. They're like all staring at me. He's like, this is not the life I signed up for.
Πολλά επεισάκια.
Ναι, η κολαγκάδας.
She's the only one who follows us.
Τώρα μας πήρε μαζί.
What's her name?
Κοκκινιά.
Κοκκινιά. Καλά, πέντε αγγλικά.
Άφησες να διαβάσεις.
Ω, διαβάσα.
Άφησες να διαβάσεις, πάρε και ένα λεξικό.
Come on, man.
Και άμα το... Όσο μες θα βασίλωσουν. When they vote, which language will be the international language?
Πιάσε, πιάσε.
Yeah, just go.
Μη φοβάσαι, μη φοβάσαι. Πάτα. Πιο χαμηλά.
I don't know how to do it.
Πιο χαμηλά, πιο...
What?
Εδώ. Εδώ. Κοίτα.
Here and down. Here and down.
Να.
From here,
Ναι, πες.
you push the milk down, okay?
She's
Now
like,
it's empty, now it's empty. Take again. Take milk from here.
Να πάει
Down
κάτω,
here,
μπράβο.
bravo. And now... Bravo!
Πάτα, πάτα, μη φοβάσαι. Γρήγορα.
It's harder than it looks.
And this is
Πάτα.
easy one, okay? Απ' το άλλο, άμα πάρει, πειράζει.
Όχι, δεν πειράζει. Ούτε το ένα
Take
και
from
το άλλο
here.
δεν πειράζει.
Okay.
The other. You see?
Yeah, easy.
Μπράβο!
Μπράβο, μπράβο. Να το βρήκες.
Μπράβο!
No, I can't do that one.
Έλα τώρα. Μιχάλη, έλα λίγο να σε βοηθήσεις στα αγγλικά. Να το, τέτοιασε κατευθείαν.
Μπράβο!
Βρότος.
Με τα δυο σε both hands. Μπράβο! Βγάζεις λίτρο καθένα την ημέρα.
Αναλόγως το γύρω, βγάζω. Η καλή του βγάζει.
And imagine to milk all these goats 2 times per day.
Oh my gosh.
And only 5 of them they are.
Is it? You said twice per day. Is it 2
Twice per day.
liters?
Depends the season. Yes. Twice per
Wow.
And there's only 5 workers.
Yes. His son, his mother, and his sister.
Wow.
They cannot go for holidays. Nobody of them. They must working every day and must be here every day to protect the animals.
Yeah.
To feed them, to milk them.
Oh my gosh, she's so tiny.
Έλα, πού πας.
Oh, look how tiny she is. Jordan, look it up. She's so small. Just had a little fun on the farm. Got to meet the goats of feta cheese, literally. And then also some puppies and just some sheep and got lots of hanging out. And now we're stopping for a little bit of a picnic with some fresh fruits and veggies. He's telling me that Alaytra is a Greek name and it's from Sparta. You said the daughter of Troy?
The daughter of Agamemnon. Agamemnon was the king of Spartans who started the war against the Troys.
Okay, there we go. Who knew?
Maybe it was Athena.
Athena?
Maybe
Yeah.
this god, I'm not remember exactly. Or Artemis. I'm not sure for the name of the god. He take Electra with her, and there she put a bull. I think she put a bull or a goat. I'm not sure. She say no, okay, sacrifice this bull or a goat, I'm not remember, and your daughter, it's okay. So they sacrifice the animal, and wind, good sea, and they start the warships to go to Troy.
Oh, so she didn't have to die.
She didn't have to die, yes.
Woo!
Now remember this, now coming to my mind, because Greek mythology is full of names, full of...
Oh, yeah.
It's so huge. But now Electra coming to my mind, okay, this is the story of Electra. Just
There
to
we go.
remember. You was daughter of a Spartan, so you must be very proud of this. You are Spartan woman. And to remember about Spartan woman, one king, when Alexander the Great died, the men of Sparta was in a war very far away from the city of Sparta. Another king from Epirus area, he said, oh, this is the opportunity now to take over Sparta because the men are not there. So he attacked the Spartans because was very brave. They didn't have walls around the city. Sparta was crazy. Everybody was afraid to attack them. Okay, because it was difficult to take over the Spartans.
Yeah.
So he attacked Sparta. The woman of Sparta was only there. Was so brave that it was very difficult to take over Sparta. And a messenger, came to him that the men they hear that he attacked Sparta and they're coming. And when he hear this, it's very difficult to kill the women here.
Yeah.
So the army is coming now, and he left. And they found him, they killed him.
Dang. Lunch was so fresh and delicious, and it's so peaceful and beautiful out here. It's good times. He said just watch out for snakes. He said there's only one poisonous snake in this area, so hopefully we'll be good. But then he pointed out this cute little church right here. And when I say little, I mean little. Wow, that was a crazy different kind of tour. I don't think we've done anything like that before.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was a long tour, but it was a good tour. It was nice to do something authentic outside of the Greek city and see what Greek life is like.
Yeah, I feel like last time we were in Greece, we did the touristy stuff, we did the romantic stuff, we did the big gestures, and this was more about like really getting a feel for Greek life a little bit and trying some authentic food, meeting some locals.
Yeah, it was good. And I think the highlight of it all, while the goats and the dogs were so adorable and so much fun, I think the highlight of it was, at least to me, going to meet his family and just sit down and interact, try some of the food that they had. And I don't know, it's a little slice that you don't normally get.
Yeah, I feel like he was doing everything he could to really make us feel like we were like part of the gang. And his mom was so sweet. She gave us this little picture of Mary and Jesus, so that way we could keep that with us. And I don't know.
She was just so sweet and just so happy to have us.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's like she wanted to show us our house and just talk. It was
Meet their puppy.
meet their puppy Lucy. Oh yeah.
So I think that's gonna wrap it up for us here, guys, because we have a flight that we have to catch. But this has been an amazing trip. I hope we get to make it back to Thessaloniki again. I learned how to say it. So that way we could see a lot of different things. He was saying that there's so many different adventures that you can do in just little day trips, like poking in and out of the city and then go see those things.
Yeah, and he was saying that the first beach we went to was not the best beach, and that we should just delete that part of the video. And
we're not going to. It was great.
and go to the best beach. So that's probably something we're gonna have to do next time.
Yeah.
So that being said, if you like these kind of videos and want to see the next time that we're in Thessaloniki, hit that like and subscribe button down below. It means a lot to us.
Yeah, and thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.